Your AI is coding from memory, not your code base, not your design files, not your actual database. Its own memory, which is 18 months out of date. And that is not an AI problem, it's missing context problem. And this MCP servers fix it. MCP, Model Context Protocol, is how you give your AI actual tools. No guesses, no hallucinations. Real live data from the systems you are already using. There are over 10,000 MCP servers now. Most of them are weekend experiments you will never hear about again. But those I'm gonna show you are different. They are the ones senior dev actually use, actually recommend, and actually have them installed. And I'm gonna show you what each one does, and we're gonna integrate them in Cursor. First, Supabase, your database live in your agent's context. Second, Design MCP, Figma, Stitch, or shadcn. Pick what fits your stack. Third one, Clerk, auth that knows your real users. Fourth, Context7, docs that match library version you're actually running. And fifth, GitHub, the one everyone agrees on. Let's have a quick overview of these MCP servers and let's wire them in Cursor. First, let me show you where to set up MCP servers in Cursor. For that, you need to go to Cursor settings, then you need to select Tools and MCP tab. And here you have your MCP servers. So in my case, in this project, I have installed Clerk, Stitch, and Supabase. And by the way, this is the project I was doing in my previous video with the Stitch AI. So if you're wondering to see how Stitch AI works, please take a look my previous video. And in case if you want to add new MCP server, you need to click here. And here is the config of MCP servers. It is a JSON file. So here we need to paste the credentials to MCP servers. And now let's start with Supabase MCP. Your AI doesn't know your tables. It doesn't know your foreign keys. It doesn't know the column you renamed last week. So it guesses, and it's wrong just enough to waste your afternoon. The Supabase MCP connects your cursor directly to your project. Schema, relationships, all of it live. And to be able to connect Supabase project to your cursor, you need to press here Connect. Here you need to select MCP, and here you can specify the client you want. In our case, it's going to be Cursor, but you can add Cloud Code, Codex, Gemini, etc. Also, you can specify read-only permissions, and then it gives you the config for that MCP server. So you just need to copy that and paste in your config in Cursor, the one I showed you before. Or you can do that with just one click on that button. Once you add it, then you need to do authorization with Supabase, and it's done. Your AI agent is fully aware of your project database. The next one changes the front-end workflow completely. Designs MCPs. If your team works with Figma, this is the most powerful option, Figma MCP. It exposes live layer structure directly to Cursor. Real hierarchy, real tokens, real auto layout values, not a screenshot. And the way you connect Figma MCP is the same as Supabase, and actually all of them the same in terms of connection. Here you can press connect the MCP server to your editor, and here we need to find Cursor. Here is it, Figma plugin, and here we have that MCP. So again, you need to copy that and paste it to your project, and once you're in the Figma project, you will have additional functionality to interact with your coding agent. Inside the Figma, each element will hold kind of prompt that you copy and paste to your cursor, and it fetches that component and implements them as in Figma. In case if you use Google's Stitch for rapid prototyping, they also have MCP server to connect to your cursor. For example, let's select that design system. Then we need to press export button. And here in the options, we can see MCP. Then we need to press setup MCP. Here we need to select client, is going to be cursor. And you see it generated API key and the same JSON object that holds these credentials. So you need to copy and paste it in Cursor. That's it, it's done. And in case if you don't have designs and you want to jump straight into implementation, shadcn MCP server will help you. This is huge component library that holds a lot of different variations of components. So you just need to integrate it to your app and start building your UIs. Here it says that shadcn MCP server allows AI assistants to interact with items for registries. You can browse available components, search for specific ones, and install them directly into your project using natural language. And to be able to connect, we need to go to Quick Start section. Here we need to select Cursor. You can set it up with this command, or you can do it manually. For that, we need to go to Configuration section And you already see something similar. So we just need to copy that and paste it to cursor. That's it, it's done. Next one handles something that most of developers gets wrong: auth context. Without this, your AI writes code that is completely generic. With Clerk MCP wired in, Cursor can query your actual user records, org memberships, and session state, and generate code that fits your real setup, not a generic template. And another important thing, that it actually helps you to set up auth in your app, so you can make sure that your agent doesn't write deprecated code. Clerk MCP server setup is the same workflow. Here is the page with a description of that MCP server, but we need to go to setup instructions. And here they also have this one-click setup. Or if you want to go manually, you just need to copy that to your JSON file in Cursor. And it's done. Your AI agent knows auth better than you do. Next one, Context7. Every AI coding assistant has this problem. You ask for a Next.js middleware, it writes app router code using page router syntax. You ask about Supabase function, it gives you the v1 API that was deprecated. It's not being stupid, it's training data, just old. Context7, built by Upstash, fixes that. It fetches live version-specific docs from official sources and injects them directly into your prompt at a query time. You get code against the real API, not last year's version. Here is the information of Context7 MCP server, here is the description, and down below we have the instructions how to install, and it actually totally the same. You just copy that JSON and paste it to your cursor. Done. And the last one today in my list, GitHub MCP server. And you probably already got what it actually for. It gives Cursor direct access to your repos, read issues, review PRs, search across the codebase, without leaving your editor. Here is it. So in that README file, they have full explanation how to set it up. Here we can find install in other MCP hosts, and here we can select Cursor. And that's what we need to add to Cursor. We need to add GitHub URL, and also we need to add token. That's it. And that is my list for today. Let me know in the comments your thoughts about it, and also mention which MCP servers do you use day to day. That's it for today. I hope this video was helpful. If yes, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to not miss next Dev Insights. And I will see you in the week.